I hate to scare you, but 2023 is just around the corner, bro.
Here's Johnny.
It's just around the corner. But if you are watching this video and it is already 2023, better late than never, right? Better late than never, because yeah, you're gonna want to watch this video. Because with a new year comes new goals, new aspirations, new dreams, new New Year's resolutions. The dreaded New Year's resolutions, right? I think that it's safe to say that each and every single one of us has something or another that we would like to change about ourselves, or some area of our lives that we would like to improve in. There may be some resolutions that you know you've had for quite a while now, but you've still not been able to achieve them. You're not alone in this, because if I'm being honest with you, there are so many goals, so many aspirations and things that I've wanted to fix and change about myself that still have not been accomplished. There's so many things that I still need to get done. And to try and fix these things, to try to finally live the life that I've always dreamed about living, I did what most people do, right? I got off the couch one day feeling all motivated and inspired and jacked up, ready to change my life, and I got to work. I took action.
Shifting to maximum overdrive. Hey.
You bet your ass I went to the gym, right? I lifted those damn weights. I put up zap signs, middle finger to McDonald's. Screw you, bro, I'm not eating you anymore, right? I threw the bottle of alcohol down. I gave up all the stuff that was ruining my entire life. I did the thing that I said I was gonna do for 2 weeks. Maybe a month, maybe a couple. Nah, I'm lying. Who am I kidding? 1 month tops, maybe. And maybe you're laughing right now because it is funny, but I think it's only funny because, bro, we've all been there. Like, we've all been in a situation where we fucked up. We've said we were gonna do something. We finally decided that life was gonna change, and it didn't. You know, a month went by and we just fell back into regular patterns. We became the same old person. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I thought I'd given up, right? I was just so sick and tired of not being able to stick to the plan or stick to the promises that I'd made myself. I was tired of feeling like a loser. I was tired of not having the strength to finally make a change. Until about 2 weeks ago, when I finally realized for the first time ever that I was doing it all wrong. I had the whole process backwards. I hopefully will be able to teach you how to finally make that lasting change, to finally become the person that you've always dreamed about becoming, so that you can finally make your dreams and all your goals come true in 2023. So about 2 weeks ago now, I had to go to a dress-up party, and I decided that I was gonna rock up as The Weeknd, right? Technically Mickey Mouse version of The Weeknd, because it was like Disney/Vegas themed, right? I just absolutely love everything about the man. You know, I love the fact that he is so cool. He is so mysterious. He's attractive. All the women want him, right? He just doesn't give a f, for lack of a better term. And I really respect him for that. And so, you know, I thought it really is such a cool character. I'm gonna go as The Weeknd. I would like to think that most people see me as, you know, a pretty friendly guy, somebody who is polite and pretty optimistic and positive most of the time. I mean, sometimes I can be an asshole, but you know, who isn't, right? At least that's what I tell myself. But despite the person that I usually am in my day-to-day life, right? Bro, I dressed up as The Weeknd, and all of a sudden, it's like a switch went off. I just felt like the fucking Weeknd. As soon as I donned that red suit, I just became a different person, right? I started to act a little bit more cocky, a little bit more arrogant than I usually would, right?
It is evolving, just backwards.
I started to act a little bit cooler than I was. I was smoking cigars, and this whole new persona actually led me to do some pretty reckless things later on in the night, which I won't get into here, perhaps another video, but I actually started to act a little bit more dangerously than I usually do. And that kind of scared me. And even though I didn't really behave all that well, even though I wouldn't really want to portray that character in my daily life, I learned something, man. I suddenly realized that to change yourself, you simply need to change the way that you see yourself. For real and lasting change, you need to change your entire identity. Or in other words, you need to change your self-image. Tell me something, right? What do most people do when they are trying to make a big change in their lives. Most people start to do the things that they think they should be doing. They start to act in a certain way. So for example, most people want to get a good body. And so they think, cool, I'm going to start going to the gym. I'm going to start eating healthy. They take necessary action. And you know what? This actually does work for a little while. The person that starts to go to the gym will start to put on a bit of muscle. They will start to lose a bit of that weight. But then what happens? Pretty much every single time somebody tries to make a change, they fail once, they forget to go to the gym, they eat one bit of junk food, and all of a sudden, back to, what sound was that? Wow. But essentially, back to square one, right? Back to ground zero.
It is evolving, just backwards.
But why does this keep on happening?
Why?
It happens because the actions feel hard. It feels uncomfortable to be doing these things. It does not feel like something that you would usually do. The problem, ultimately, is that you are trying to change the wrong way. You have the process completely backwards because you are trying to act first and then become the person later. Whereas the only way to really make lasting change is to become the person first, to take on that identity first, which then leads to right action. The absolute best way to demonstrate this concept is through the rubber band theory, right? So we take a rubber band and I want you to imagine that this side of the band is you, who you currently are, right? This top part. This is you right now at the current weight, at the current belief system, at the exact person that you are currently, right? And let's pretend that this other side of the band is the goal that you want to achieve. It's the person that you want to become. So let's say, for example, you want to become more confident, right? So here's you, here's confidence. You're starting at ground zero. And what happens? You start to make a change, progress, you're actually changing. Wow, I'm actually getting confident. I'm talking to people. And then let's say something goes wrong. Let's say all of a sudden, oh, you get rejected or somebody doesn't want to talk to you, or it's like, oh, it feels uncomfortable now. It really feels sore. It's like this tension, right? And what happens? The band snaps all the way back to ground zero. You go back to the person that you always were because the band did not adjust. You stretched too far because your current self-image never moved. It stayed at the top. Instead, you want to be making a change, but then you want the other side of the band, your current baseline opinion of yourself, to follow suit and to come along with the changes that you want to make. As wishy-washy and mumbo-jumbo as it may sound to you right now.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I can understand that it may sound like crazy talk, but if you take anything away from this video and you truly believe what I'm about to tell you, beliefs really are the secret sauce to changing your life. Like, if you can change the belief system that you have about yourself, heck, not even about yourself, but about the world at large, you will change your entire life.
But a peach cannot defeat Tai Lung.
Maybe it can, if you are willing to guide it, to nurture it, to believe in it.
It is through your beliefs that you hold about yourself that affect the ultimate self-perception, the identity that you have of yourself, that will ultimately change the world around you. I mean, don't even take my word for it. What happens when a doctor prescribes a patient the placebo tablet? For those of you who don't know, a placebo tablet is just as good as sugar water, right? The tablet does nothing. It has absolutely no medical value whatsoever, but doctors prescribe it to patients that have serious illnesses and sicknesses, and when the patient takes it, miraculously, 99% of the time, the patient is cured. Why does this happen? It's been concluded in so many studies, and you can go find them for yourself. I won't even bring up the studies because there's so many of them. The placebo effect either had a greater or even the same effect that regular medicine would have on the patient. It is the belief that made them better. So the question now is, how do we go about changing our identity? How do we change the way we see ourselves? Step one of this process, and I want you to bear with me here. It might sound a little crazy, but hear me out. Step one is to kill off your current personality and create a whole new character.
Ow! God! Instep! Oh, not again! Ha! 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 You let go! You let go! Oh, you're right! I can't hold on! Ha!
You two are so evenly matched, I don't know how one of you is going to get the upper hand.
The important thing to remember, Jim, we always have what is called the element of surprise.
Ah!
When I say kill off your old self, right? All I'm simply saying is I want you to take the decision right now that your old personality no longer serves you. You are tired of being the person that you once were, and it is time for a change. It's time to put aside all of the negative qualities that you may not like about yourself, and it's time to start fresh. If you keep on seeing yourself as the current present version of yourself, those bad traits, those bad qualities will always pull you back because you are identifying as yourself instead of an ideal version that you want to become. And then every single day, as soon as you wake up and as soon as your 2 feet hit the ground, you are going to make the conscious decision that you are no longer going to be the old you, the you that holds you back from your dreams and your aspirations. And instead, you are going to fully embody this ideal character that you've created. Now, step 2 of the video is more of the practical advice that I'm going to give you that will help you really start to shape this identity for yourself. And the only way to shape an identity is to pick and embody a belief system. It's to pick the beliefs that your ideal character holds for themselves. The simple reason that you are stuck, the reason you can't change your life and you can't change who you are, is because you hold a system or a set of beliefs that no longer serve you, or have never served you for that matter of fact. Remember the rubber band? Here's your goal. I want to be a social person. I want to be a social person. But at the top, you hold the belief that people are untrustworthy. People are mean to me. Cool. You just lost all the progress that you were going to make. But as soon as you make the change, I want to be a social person. I want to be confident. And then you change the belief of people are warm. People like me. I am a lovable human being. Change starts to happen. So then how do we change our belief system? For me personally, the way I like to do it is I identify my core insecurities. The fact that I don't feel like I'm confident enough. The fact that I'm not secure in my body and I don't feel healthy. You know, I identify the triggers, the things that really make me upset about my life. You simply identify what that insecurity is, and then what is the belief that is fueling that insecurity. And then you simply flip the belief on its head. You literally take the belief from negative to a positive. So for example, if you're insecure about the fact that you might be shy in public, that you're not very confident, the belief that would underlie that is that I am not a confident person, or I am a shy person, right? Flip it on its head. I am confident. I am outgoing. I am the life of the party.
And this is to go even further beyond.
He's beginning to believe.
And I'm not going to lie to you here, because at first this is going to feel a little bit uncomfortable. It's going to feel like, I don't believe that. Like, I'm saying I'm confident, but I know I'm not. Like, I don't feel very confident, right? This isn't going to work. You need to realize right now that change is not a one-time event. You are not going to change after one big situation or when you get the one answer that's going to fix your whole life. It doesn't work that way. Real and true lasting change takes consistency. It's every single day, and slowly over time, that change builds up into a core and strong identity. So the sad truth of the video today is that you are going to occasionally slip up. You are going to become your old self from time to time. It sucks, but it's gonna happen, right? But every time you wanna give up, right? I want you to remember Spider-Man. You'll know that Spidey lost his superpowers and he thought to himself, I'm done being a hero, and he took off the costume, he took the mask off, and he was done, and he lost all his powers, right? But as soon as Spider-Man made the decision that he was tired of living as old Peter Parker, he wanted to become Spider-Man again. He wanted to be the superhero of his own existence. He simply put the suit back on, he got to work, and all of a sudden, miraculously, he got his web back, he got his powers back, and so can you. You need to consistently change the way you think about yourself by putting in beliefs that serve you. And step number 3, which is the final stage in your identity transformation, is that now, only now, bro, you can finally take action. You see how we flipped this whole process on its head? Whereas we started with the action and then built the identity. Now we've started with that identity. We started with the belief system. And now we can finally take the action that your hero, your ideal self, would be taking. And the secret tip that I use to remind myself to consistently do right action, to do the things I know I should be doing, is I ask myself this very simple question. What would the highest version of myself do right now? what would my ideal character do? And my final piece of advice for you today is that if you are really battling to stay consistent with the action part, the advice I can give to you today is to get accountability. It's like the secret to discipline. And I won't explain it in this video. I do have a video for that, pointing up and down. It's over there probably. So check that video out after this video. It's all about accountability and how it can save your discipline, which will save your life. I honestly wish you all the best for 2023. I want you so badly to finally become the ideal version of yourself. Deep down, you know that you're the man, you're the woman, you are that guy, you know? And I want you to finally become that guy because you deserve it. You deserve love, you deserve success, you deserve achievement, and you deserve a good life. But just remember, it all starts with what is in here. Change the way you see yourself, change your identity, and you will change your life.